Ms. Moore.
Yes, Judge.
All right, we're on the record in 24 CCR 241880, City of Texas versus Mike Montalvo III. If you'd give me an update on the case.
Discovery has been shared, Judge, and we have reviewed all of the paper discovery. I have not seen the video. Counsel or the ADA says they think they shared it in June as well, but I couldn't see it, so I'm just trying to see about accessing it. He just reshared it. And we have an offer that we got today as well. So I think we have another virtual status scheduled in September, so we should have it resolved before then.
You do. State.
Nothing to add, Your Honor.
Okay. If you need a plea docket, contact my coordinator, Sarah, and she'll give you a date. Y'all are free to go.
All right. Thank you.
Waters. Waters, right up here at the podium.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Hecker. You need to unmute yourself.
There we go.
We're on the record in 24 CCR 241302 and 24 CCR 241301. State of Texas versus Lamar Waters. Can you give me an update on the case?
Well, we've got an assault and an interference with emergency response. The complainant has issued a request for non-prosecution. The defendant has filed a motion for modification of bond conditions, and we're waiting for a hearing on that. There is an offer, and I appreciate the offer, but I have no counter offer yet.
You said you filed a motion to modify his bond?
Yes, sir.
I don't see it on file. Sarah? We don't see it on file.
It was filed, but it wasn't accepted for some reason. But it's coming.
Okay.
And then
Contact Sarah for a date on that motion once you get it filed.
Right.
State.
That's accurate, Your Honor. There is an offer on this file, and I would just ask if Mr. Hecker can email me a courtesy copy of that as well.
Okay. Did you hear that, Mr. Hecker?
No.
Is that microphone on?
Yes. I said there is an offer on this file in relation to the case, and in relation to the motion, I would ask if Mr. Hecker can send me a courtesy copy via email.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Thank you for the update. You're free to go.
Yes, sir.
You're free to go. Crow. Darren Crow.
Yes.
Come right up to that podium.
Yes, Judge.
Let's get your client on. Mr. Crow, if you would turn your camera on. There we go. We're on the record in 24 CCR 241476, State of Texas versus Darren D. Crow. Go ahead, Mr. Ness.
Yes, Judge. The state has shared discovery with me, and I have reviewed all of the discovery. We've been negotiating with the state, and I believe we just entered into a plea bargain.
You entered into one already?
Yeah.
So like a pretrial or
No, we just negotiated.
just negotiate? So do you need a plea date,
Yes, we do, Judge.
Sarah?
Next Tuesday, the 15th at 9 a.m.
Mr. Crowe, can you do next Tuesday at 9 a.m. in the courtroom to do the plea paperwork? We
Mr.
can't-
Crowe, you need to
You're
unmute
muted.
yourself.
You're muted.
What was that again?
Are you available Tuesday, July 15th at 9 a.m. to do the plea paperwork and do the plea here in the courtroom?
Yes.
Okay, they're going to reset your case for that day and time. And we'll get this done.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
All right, we'll see you then.
Thank you.
You're
Judge.
free to go. Thank you. Edward Hall. Hello. We're on the record in 24 CCR 241002, State of Texas versus Edward Richard Hall. Go ahead and give me an update, Counselor.
Yes, sir. State has made a generous offer. We're considering it and in the process of submitting some more information to come through with a counter offer.
Okay. If you need a plea date, contact my coordinator, Sarah. She'll give you a date. Otherwise, thank you for the update. You're free to go. Unless, State, do you have anything else? All right, y'all are free to go.
Thank you, Ron.
Council, what is your name?
My name is Jeffrey O'Neill.
Thank you.
Thank you.
McCallum. Ms. Lopez. Ms. Lopez. Move on.
Sorry, Judge, I'm here. My apologies. I couldn't figure out how to turn it back off.
Okay, Ms. Lopez,
I'm sorry.
your client's not present.
She's not zooming in or anything, Your Honor?
No.
I gave her the link.
She's not here. Would you like to reach out to her one more time, try to get her on?
Yes, I will reach out to her and figure out why she's not responding. And do you want me just to get back on Zoom or how would you like me to handle it, Judge?
I'll put you back in the waiting room. And then
Okay.
you try to contact her, send her the link again, whatever she needs. I'll come back to you a little bit later.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Tehan. You have two over. Do what? Oh. All right, we're on the record in 24 CCR 239065, State of Texas versus Mohammed Kasim Tehan. Mr. Overstreet, if you give the court an update.
Your Honor, this is James Nathan Overstreet. I represent the defendant in this particular case. The state has made an offer to us, which we accepted, which contemplates that my client will undergo a battery intervention program. That was consummated today, so he hasn't started that yet. That agreement was consummated today. And so my understanding is that offer was made and reiterated again as early as this morning
Okay.
or yesterday.
Will your client have the courses completed by the next setting on 9/4? No.
Let's say yes. I'm not sure how long is the program? I can't remember how long the program is.
How long is the program, State?
16 weeks.
16.
I think there's no possible way it can be done.
All right.
The trial date's December.
Yeah, he'll have be done by December. Okay. All right. I'll see you at the next setting on 9/4. You can just give me another update as to how his progress is, and then we'll see you at the pretrial conference in November. Hopefully he's done by then.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. Are we excused?
Yes, you are.
Thank you.
Charnia. We'll come back. Baines.
Hello, Judge.
Mr. Segura, good afternoon. Mr. Baines, if you turn your camera on, please. Thank you. We're on the record in 24 CCR 239-220, State of Texas versus Brent, Alan Baines. Mr. Segura, why don't you give me an update?
Judge, we're waiting for Ms. Bijou to get back to us with a date for the TRAS.
How long have you been trying to get a TRAS?
2 weeks.
Yes, nothing further, Your Honor. The state's pending the results of the TRAS before we'll make a final decision regarding PTI eligibility.
Can you get with your TRAS coordinator and see if we can't get this scheduled soon?
Yes, Your Honor. We did have a meeting several weeks ago on the backlog for TRAS. We're trying our best. Currently, dates are as far out as mid-August, and that was about 3 weeks ago when we had that meeting. Obviously, I'll try my best as well to let Ms. Bijou know that we should get the TRAS done as soon as possible, but unfortunately, my hands are tied in that regard.
Well, hopefully your client has a date for a TRAS, at least by the next setting on 9/4.
Hopefully, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Segura, for the update. You're free to go.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
We're on the record in 24 CCR 242-580, State of Texas versus Arfan Bahati. Mr. Strauss, give me an update.
Yes, sir. Judge, I talked to Grayson on Monday. We did turn in a mitigation packet to him, and he needs more time to take a look at it, Your Honor.
State.
Your Honor, I do have a note in the Odyssey file that does confirm this. As of July 2nd, my chief wanted to have additional time to review it before he made a final decision regarding whether the defendant will be entered into a PTI program.
Okay. All right. Thank you for the update. I'll see you on 9/4. Hopefully we have an answer by then.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Judge.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Ms. Morales, if you would turn your camera on, please. All right, we're on the record in 24 CCR 242-616, State of Texas versus Brianna Alexis Morales. Mr. Cohen, if you'd give me an update.
Sure. We did receive an offer from the state. My client is in the process of getting her license cleared, and she may have already completed the process. She told me that she would get the evidence of her having cleared the license to me. And so once I get that, I'll forward it to the state.
Okay, state.
Nothing more, Your Honor.
Hopefully we have it dismissed by the next setting.
Sure, yes.
All right, your next setting's on 9/4. See you then.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon.
Jose Manuel,
We're present, Judge.
your client as well?
I take it.
All right, bring him up. Does he need an interpreter?
Motion. If you're gonna do that, that's fine. If not, then we'll be back on, whatever it is, for trial.
Yes, Your Honor, the state is considering dismissing the case. I do have to speak with my chief about that to confirm it, but that's where we are now. I'm sure that if the state does decide to dismiss the case, we can have a dismissal filed by next week after.
Hearing's passed, then since we don't have an interpreter present, y'all are free to go.
You want us back on what day, Judge, to be sure?
9/4.
9/4. El día 4 de agosto. No, this. Sí, vamos a ver. O mañana, okay? Judge, may I receive that?
Yes, you may.
Same time, just 2:30?
2:30. We'll look in Conley. Pull him in. Why is the attorney not going to be here? Okay. Mr. Olo Conley,
Yes, sir.
your hearing is being passed due to your attorney not being present. He is stuck in another county and could not Zoom in. You're
Yes.
free to go.
Excuse me, sir?
You're free to go.
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Let's go back to Ms. Harmio.
Yeah.
We're on the record in 24 CCR 241-248, State of Texas versus Litzy Andrea Meza. Ms. Moreno, why don't you give us an update?
Yes, Your Honor. So the state has made an offer, and so I have that, and I just need time to go ahead and review that with my client. But we should be able to email the state shortly and let them know whether we can accept that or not.
State.
Yes, an offer was made prior to the Discovery Compliance Conference, and the state's waiting on defense counsel.
Okay. Thank you for the update. You and your client are free to go.
Thank you.
Next case. Kovac?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we're on the record in 24 CCR 239-779, State of Texas versus Kelvin Itoandon. Mr. Kovac, give the court an update.
Yes, this case, we have the evidence. Spoke with the client. I subbed in a while back, and either looking for diversion program here or pretrial trial setting.
Has he been TRAS for a diversion program?
No, Your Honor, and nor has he been offered yet.
Okay. All right, well, continue your negotiations with the state. State, anything you want to add?
Nothing further, Your Honor. Looking at the status docket notes from my core partner, Rodney Hearn, it says that both Mr. Hearn and defense counsel have spoken about the case regarding possible retrograde extrapolation issues for the blood alcohol concentration. And Mr. Hearn notes that he heard back from the defense counsel about the possibility of putting together a mitigation packet. As of now, the state has not received those materials.
And Your Honor, may I ask a question here?
You may.
Is the procedure to submit the packet before being TRAS'd?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, we'll get the packet ASAP then.
All right, thank you. You and your client are free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank y'all.
All right, next. Do you have the defendant?
That's what you're saying she was going to do.
Let's go back. Actually, let's go back to. Isn't Lopez on here? What about Charnia? State? Bailiff?
The previous conditions are fine for that, Your Honor.
$6,000. Mr. Pasapolidi,
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
your attorney is not going to be here today. She's contacted the court. I think she's out of the state, so we're passing your hearing.
Okay, sir.
You're free to go.
Thank you, sir.
As soon as Ms. Lopez pops back in, let's pull it in. Then I need to go through all these cases that are in PSRS with you and figure out what dockets they relate back to.
Your Honor, that concludes my matters. May I be excused?
Yes, you may.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's perfect. But on, 6.
Were they never entered into the system? Like, we haven't conducted these bond forfeitures at all? Okay. This is the week I was in San Antonio. Bring her in. Ms. Lopez,
Yes, Your Honor.
your
Is my client on?
your client was here briefly and then has left.
She was having some issues trying to figure out the Zoom, and I was trying to my best to explain them to her, but I had to keep getting off and on Zoom myself in order to explain them to her. Does that count as her appearing, Judge?
She's here. We're bringing her back in.
Oh. Okay, great.
All right, we're on the record in 24 CCR 238714, State of Texas versus Anna Kathleen McCallor. Ms. Lopez, give me an update.
Yes, Mr. Benson and I were just speaking briefly over email. He had requested, at my request, mitigation information on the case. I provided one of the pieces of mitigation that I've received from my client. I'm working on getting additional information. The state has also provided me with a new offer that I need to convey to my client, just within the last hour or two. So I need to speak with her regarding that offer, and then I can update the court based on that information.
State.
Yes, Your Honor, the state received a certificate for an anti-theft class today. Due to the length of waiting time to receive possible PTI materials, the state also conveyed another offer in order to expedite this process if the defense so chooses to accept that offer.
Right. The complication with this case is that my client has a pending adjudication on a deferred probation out of Waller County. So that's part of the reason why a standard theft case is a little bit more complicated to resolve at this time, and why we're trying to see what all our options are, because the consequences of this case will directly affect her probation in Waller.
Okay. Thank you for the update. Your next court setting is going to be on September 4th. We'll see you then. Hopefully we have a better idea of where the case is headed.
Fair enough. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're free to go. You're free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.